We are Duel Legion.
Hey guys, it's Legend at Sick Boy, Legend the Sick Boy, Legend at Sick Boy, representing Duel Legion, coming at you with another deck profile video. And this week's profile, I should say, is the much anticipated, much waited for, drum rolls please. Well, I ain't got a drum, so I can't do a drum roll. Skip that. Blue Eyes InVoked. And reason why I say most anticipated, because on the Facebook feed I've been pumping a lot of pictures and videos and hit you guys on Blue Eyes. So if you guys always want to check that out, which I always suggest, you can always click down the link in the description below and check out us for more content, more stuff. We also sell cards on there. It's just a big group and community. But also want to take a quick second to give my boy Vic down at the Shop Crop down in 8th and Elizabeth Street a shout out. Always shows me some love, so I always want to show him some love. He's a great source for anime, Yu-Gi, Gundam figurine building, anything pretty much want to do in this genre, I should just say, right? Like in the whole world of geekdom. He's a good source for me, so I always want to show him some love. But as we say, without further ado, let's jump into it. Invoke Blue Eyes. So, by the way, this is our 10th video for the Duel Legion. You know, get a round of applause for that. Yeah, woohoo. You know, it's our 10th video. So I was gonna obviously did this deck a while ago, if you guys pay attention to the feed, and I had to take it down because I just got the deck, so I was in a rush to build it. I really didn't pay attention. I was running another ritual deck, so I was like, oh cool, translate, easy, no problem. Rushed it, did a messed up job. So I feel I have to redeem myself, which I did. So, you know, I actually built one since from there and just been wreaking havoc ever since. So this is a 45 card build, and we're going to jump into the monsters, which we have at 22. So, like I said, I took my licks with this thing. A lot of building, a lot of seeing what's the best in the way I want to run it, I should say. And this is what I came up with in the result of everything. 3, if I feel your staple, your max dragon, the best card in your deck, you win every game, 10 out of 10 games with him on your field. Cannot be targeted or destroyed, and when he pierces, he does do piercing damage. He does double piercing damage. So he's just all around broken. He's 4,008. He can bring him out easily. So that is your first start off. You want 3 of him. You want him all the time. Of course, staple for any Blue Eyes deck is 3 Blue Eyes. Enough said about that. That is your signature on the deck. That is your go-to monster. Also, for any Blue Eyes deck, no matter how you run it since it came out, alternative. You want to run 3 alternative. You don't get your alternatives in a Blue Eyes deck. It's broken. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. But if you do not know what it does, you reveal a Blue Eyes to special summon him from your hand, and once you do that, you special summon him. You can also target a monster on the field, I believe. Yeah, target a monster, yep, and destroy it. And you can only activate that effect once per turn, and his is summoning either effect once per turn, and once you target and destroy a monster on the field with that effect, you cannot attack that turn. So he's again broken. For me, in this way I'm running it, 3 Maju, pretty much staple for me in the way I run this ritual deck. He's broken. You use him to get out, obviously, your ritual spell cards and your ritual monster. So, in that essence, he is an all-around open card. He leads off into most of your plays. To where it becomes the twist at, with the invokes, I run 3 Alistair. For the fusion Alistair part, you really only need to run 3 of him when you're doing his engine. So, we'll pretty much just hold deck. Easy, 3 Alistair. Don't argue about it. Running 2 of, opposed to 2 of what Spirit of White is Solid Dragon came out for the support. He's broken. If you don't know what he does, this card is normal summon special summon. You can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls and negate its effect. When your opponent activates a card effect or quick effect, you can shuffle this card into your deck from the field into the deck, and if you do, special summon 1 Blue Eyes Dragon from your deck. You can only use each effect of Blue Eyes Solid Dragon once per turn. Simple, right? Broken. I run 2 of them for that fact. So when he's on there, just special summon, negate your effect, and then when you bring out Blue Eyes from the deck. I do also run 1 Spirit of White. He's the same difference, but he gets treated as a normal in the graveyard. And he banishes back row. So also great. Running one of also, this is the ending pretty much of the 22 monster build, is Darkness Metal for your special effects. Obviously, special summon your dragon monsters. One Stone of Ancients, don't get mad at me, and one Stone of Legend. The reason being for, I needed to make space. I didn't want to make it predominantly monster heavy since I'm running a 45 card build. So I just ran one of one, and you don't really want, you get cluttery with everything bringing Blue Eyes to your hand or bringing Blue Eyes to the field. So you don't want to, I felt you don't want to wild out with it unless you're doing that way. And for, well, not shits and giggles, but I run one of my guy here, Ancient. Why? Because I can stop targets and pretty much bring them to my hand easily, do through mind you 10,000 hands. So it's a pretty no-brainer for me, and he adds the extra space. You can also add in many other things besides him. If you have the queen, you can run the queen, obviously. The freaking, what is it, the fusion, the Dragon King, you can run him as well. But I don't. So running into spells, just to mosey on here, again, 45 card build, 22 monsters. We run 16 spells, I believe, right? No, 18 spells, and we start off with 3 trade-ins. Reason why I didn't mind you, I don't like going past 40. Reason why I didn't mind going up to 45, because I'm basically adding cards that plus off. So it's not like I'm playing with 45 cards exactly, if most of my cards are speed and draw cards, such as in trading. I was definitely not gonna play without trading in his deck, so I was like, no, I'm putting 3 trade-ins. Simple as that. 3 Return of Dragon Lords. You really don't have to go to 3. I just have 3 because I have certain effects that say drop a card. I drop this and I plus off the graveyard effect that it does have, but I do special summon a lot with it, so it's a plus at 3 for me. Into the 2 ofs for this engine. 2 Melodies, because it gets cluttery at 3 for me, and I just saw it too much at 3, so I just wanted to clutter it, like slow it down a little bit, and I still see it a hell of a lot, so it doesn't really bother me in that sense. 2 Advanced Ritual Arts, and to sum it all up, some people do 2 of the same as well, but I leave it at 1 Chaos Form because I'm not wilding too much like that. I really only need to bring out Chaos 1 time and just bank off him and just keep him on the field and just crush my opponent. If I have to go into the second time, it's pretty much just overkill for no reason. Into the, let's just do the 1-ups right now. 1 Dragon Shine. Some people do that 2. I did it at 1 because I needed space. Pretty much simple. And 1 Terraforming, for the reason being we of course do the Invoked engine of Meltdowns at 3 and 3 Invocation. So simple and just, you search, then out your deck, special summon your ritual monsters, and then bank off your fusion monsters as support for your ritual monster, because like I said, your ritual monsters is going to take you to the game. You just want to do something like linking or fusing, and you really only run 1 link in here. I only run 1, so it's only really no point. For the traps, yes, there's traps. Yes. They're like, traps? Why do you even need traps? Well, because I felt insecure. I just do a Solemn Brigade, simple, 1 of each. You can do 3 strikes if you want. You can do 2 strikes, 1 warning, 2 strikes, 1 judgment. I run 4 traps, so that makes it 45. So you can do either or for effect value wise with the Solemn Brigade. I do prefer the Solemn Brigade in this build because it does keep control when you take the board. So it doesn't, like with this deck, you only really need 2-3 monsters at most to just wipe them. You know what I'm saying? 2 at max. Like Necrofusion just as one of my tech cards, because I wanted to run Dragon's Mirror, but I didn't want to run Dragon's Mirror, so I was at a crossroad. I saw Necrofusion opposed to Flash Fusion. I was like, that's cool, I can hit it from the graveyard. I can't attack, but I can work around that as a set. If my opponent attacks, I can just wipe up 5, bring out 5 head, wipe out 3 Blue Eyes, bring out freaking Blue Eyes Neo, and just call it a day. So I didn't really get too mad about it. So that's just pretty much what I did on it, in my little tech savvy way. You can do pretty much whatever you want, but you don't really even need to run the traps. I run traps because I'm insecure about what if my opponent. So I just made it work better with 45, just so I can have that trap option. Cool? Cool. Moving on to the extra deck. The 1 link I do run which is Alistair, obviously, and 2 Mechavas. The only invokes I'm running. I would run 3, but I didn't have space. Simple as that. I run 1 burst. Cut forth, get them on the field, burst, tag, and it just makes that obstacle that you can get game. And if they get out something superior, it just makes the hump they have to waste something on that. So when you can go and just overwhelm them with that monster. It's a 3,000 beater. Can't be you know what I'm saying? It's just burst, like duh. So this is where it gets a little. I run 2 Neos just to bank off, because I do go into Neo. And if I need to go into a second Neo, I have a second Neo. Opposed to just going Blue Eyes Ultimate at 3. But I only have that at 3 for fodder to activate Neos' effect without hitting out burst. So if I get Neos before burst, which happens to me a few times, I'm able to just chuck and just wipe them. Game. That's it. Without even, and if they do survive, I still like to do a battle fader or something stupid like that. I can rely on burst if I need to. And also because I side deck Rage. So Rage is really good, but I side deck it. One of course 5 head, and for the synchros, yes, they're synchros, but I really don't ever go into these 2. That's why I have them at 1 each. And for the exceeds, the one I don't go into all the time. Again, like I said, you could just bank off your ritual. You really don't have to go into the extra deck. You just go into the extra deck to support what you're doing. And just in the likely terms of you're getting overwhelmed, you can actually do stuff with your extra deck. Just for popping stuff, if I need to get, if something problematic, I can get over the hump. But 9 times out of 10, like, unless they do, like, some weird shit to me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll get over it. And then this card right here, I need to get, like, another one of. Broken, because in the effect of once I detach from him for the next 2 turns until my opponent's next end phase, we can't special summon from the graveyard. So once I do this and chaos, it's pretty much set game. You can't do nothing to me. Like, I force you to fight me or go face down. If you go face down, I'm gonna just burn you. But guys, like and subscribe. I don't want to drill in your head. That's why I didn't say it in the beginning. But I forgot, obviously. But like and subscribe, of course. This has been Legend, that sick boy representing Duel Legion. Round of applause for our 10th video. And just check out the Facebook feed for more content, more information on what we do. And if you want to buy or trade or anything like that, you can check out the Facebook. It's just more